Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and today we're going to make a little fry box that we're going to turn into a little bunny. You'll see in just a second. It's something that I make each year for my grandkids, and they put little candies and things in it and take it to their classmates on Easter. But you're going to need a piece of cardstock. That is, and I'm going to measure this again just to make sure. This is 6 inches by 11 1/4, so 6 inches by 11 1/4. Now, before we do any scoring on it, what I'm going to do, and I have cut a template for you, and I will post this up so that you can grab the template. Don't worry about all this down here. This is the template that you're going to need right here, these two little handles. So what you're going to do is lay it at the top of your cardstock. Make sure this side over here is even. Make sure that the little tip comes to the top there, and just press it down. I've got a little bit of repositionable adhesive on the back of mine. Now you can see it doesn't come all the way out. The reason for that is I can't scan into my computer anything larger than an 8 1/2, so I had to cut this little piece right here off, but that's fine. Basically what you need is this, and then I just took my ruler and I laid it on that straight line right there, and then just drew out to the end so I'll know I cut this away. So then you're going to take, I'm just going to hold it up and make sure, since I can't get over the top. Alright, I got that laid down right, and then you're just going to take your pencil and you're going to trace around it. Now, I tried to cut it as smooth as I can, but it may be a little bit bumpy here and there. But it's a little bit hard to cut things like this out with just scissors. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Keep that in mind. Alright, that's all you're going to trace is the top part. Don't worry about any of this down here. So you see now we've got our little handles traced out on that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead. I can't talk today. We're going to go ahead and trim that out. And I'm just going to trim. I'm going to do this with my big scissors, and then I'm going to take my little scissors and go in there and cut the little pieces. If I can find my little scissors. There they are. It's easier to cut with the little scissors on the little delicate areas. Now you can, if you've got a particular side of your cardstock that you want to use, just make sure that you do all this trimming and everything and all the markings on the back side. That way you can still have the front side. You don't have to worry about erasing any pencil lines and that kind of thing. Okay, and trim this a little bit right here. Alright, now we need to cut out these little pieces in here, and this is the way I do it. You may have a better way, but I just kind of get my scissors started in there. Just easily poke me a little hole, and then I just trim. I just kind of cut some little angles up in different areas in different ways, just to give me that flexibility that I need for that inside cut. You could do this with an X-Acto knife if you want to, if you're better than me with X-Acto knives. I am not great with an X-Acto knife. I do better with scissors, but a lot of people can cut fantastic with X-Acto knives. And if you can, this is the time to use it right here. So then I'm going to just go down that line. You see that? Cutting all of those little pieces in there, those little slants, gives me that flexibility that I need to go around my corners and at the edges, that kind of thing. And then do my little circular cut up here. And just take your time, and if you get a little off, don't worry about it. This is handmade, after all. And if you have a Cricut that will do this, then by all means, if you can set this up, then go for it. Mine would probably cut it, but I know there's lots of people out there who don't have a Cricut. So I wanted to show the way that you can do it just by hand without having to have a Cricut. Alright. Okay. So there is our one side. See, that cut pretty good. No problems. I'm not worried about that. When you flip it over that way, it looks really, really nice. You don't see the pencil lines. I'm going to cut this one out the same way, and then we will come back and start doing our scoring and assemble this little box. It's cute as can be. Okay, there we go. We've got that trimmed out. Now, just because I want to have this side as my side that shows, because it's a little bit textured, I'm just going to erase my trace lines here. I could have flipped it over, but I'm going to use this side, so I'm just going to use, I'm using my mono, I cannot talk, my mono eraser, and it erases without leaving any streaks or black marks, that kind of thing. And the link to these will be listed below if you're interested. Okay. Make sure that we got all of that off. These things are absolutely wonderful. Sorry, I just stuck it in the camera and didn't realize what I was doing. But I get these from a company that I work with. It's called Grove Collaborative. I will put that link below. And I absolutely love these little dusters. I use it for glitter and everything. And then you can just take this off, throw it in the washer, and wash it. I use it for dusting, everything. It picks up all kinds of goodies. It's like a microfiber. Okay. Now we are ready to start our scoring. Now I'm going to flip this over like this so that I'll have my solid line up there. And what we're going to do is we're going to score at 5/8 all the way down. So 5/8. And I actually started scoring on another line and I didn't mean to. So I'm going to flip that over and then press that score line back down. It may still show a little bit, but it's not going to show much when I put my mats and everything on there. See? That's how you get rid of a score line you don't want. Okay, 5/8. Then, let's see where my next score line is. I wrote all this down. I really did. Okay, the next one is 3 5/8. Our next one is at 5 5/8, and then 9 inches. So let's try to go over that again. 5/8, 3 5/8, 5 7/8, and then 9 inches. And I will have all of these measurements over on my blog, along with a link to this template, so don't worry about that. Now you're going to turn it this way. You're going to have your little handles at the top and your flat piece at the bottom. And you are going to score at 1 1/2 all the way down. 1 1/2. Okay, so that is your score lines. So we can put this away. And now we're going to do a little bit of cutting. You don't need this little tab right here, so we're going to cut that tab off. And that is where that little 5/8 inch score line is. We're going to cut that off. And we're just going to kind of angle that right there. And then this one up here is already angled if you went by your template. And then down here on these score lines, as you can see, let's see, right there. Let me go ahead and fold them, and then you can see a lot better. I'll fold and burnish. I've actually found most of my tools that I took on the cruise, so I think I'm getting back in the swing, hopefully. Now, you're just going to cut up on these score lines that right to that one that goes across. And then I just cut out just a little bit of an angle. Not a lot. You don't have to cut a lot out, just a little on each side. This just helps it fold a little bit better. And then you're going to cut up on that one. Cut out just a little. And cut out just a little on this side. And then on this one. And there we go. We have got those done. I'm going to go ahead and cut off just a little bit right here. And that's what you should have. It looks just like that. Now, while we have this flattened out like this, I'm going to go ahead and put my mats on. So let me grab the mats. And we are going to be using the paper from our March E-Club kit. And if you're not already a member of the E-Club kit, I'll leave that link below. And you can go over and check it out and join us if you would like. We get beautiful kits each month. And we're going to use this paper this time to cover this. And I'll show you why in a little bit. There is a reason. Now for your mats, you're going to need two that are cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. They're going to go here. And then you're going to need two that are 2 inches by 2 3/4. And they're going to go there like that. So we're going to use some art glitter glue and put those down. Okay, so there we go. We've got our mats on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and assemble my card. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that over. This right here is, see that little tab right there? That's where you're going to put your adhesive. Again, I'm just using art glitter glue. So you just want to put that together. Just make sure your little tabs are together on the edge, just like we've assembled boxes before. And then you're just going to turn it upside down and glue those pieces on. Glue your bottom together, just like that. Okay? So put some adhesive under there. And just kind of square it up when you put that together, just to kind of make sure that it's all squared up. I usually just flip it over and hold it, and then I take my bone folder and press it down in there. Looks like I need a little glue right there. There we go. I got that on the inside. Now you are ready to start putting your little bunny together. And again, on this, I have templates made for you that I will scan in so that you can cut these out. I have the templates for the pattern here, and then I have the templates for the little bunny, and then also the bow that we're going to be using. And what we're going to do, this is going to be his little foot, and I'm going to use some pop dots to put these up just because I like the dimension. Yeah, that will work just like that. And you can cut these out in any color that you want. I just used pink for his little feet. Just thought it was cute. And let's see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pink Wink of Stella to make some little toes down here. Oh, I think my pink's about to run out too. There we go. Alright, this is the bunny's little body. And I'm going to go ahead and ink around these just a little bit, and I'm using that Memento Angel Pink because I don't want much. I just want a little light inking around it. That will kind of match my paper, and I'm just going directly to the piece. Okay, there's that. I'm going to go around the little feet too. Inking just gives your piece some dimension and kind of separates it from the page, so it makes it look like it pops up. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead on his little tail here. I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of that really good. So there's that inked up. Now I'm just going to I'm going to set those aside and let them dry a minute, and we're going to go ahead and assemble our bow. Now on your bow, you need to hold it in the center and just take your bone folder, a pencil, something round, just kind of pull that easily. Don't pull it hard, it'll break. Just pull it until you get that curve going in there. Get that curve, that's what you want. So I pull one side and then I just turn it around and I start pulling on the other side, just like you would do if you was trying to make those curly ribbons. That's what you're looking for. Okay, then we're going to put some adhesive right here in the bottom. And hold that one down just a second. You may hear the doorbell in a minute. I just heard the FedEx guy. Hopefully, it will just leave my package without ringing the doorbell. Alright, and then you want to take the other one and just press it down just like you did that one. Okay, now you have this little back piece, and all you're going to do here is put some glue in the center of it, and then with the back side down, you just want to press that down on the back part there, just like that, and hold it for a second. And now this little piece, we just want to wrap around that center, and it just kind of brings it together and makes it look a little bit more like a bow. So just wrap it around, put a little glue on the back, and then glue that down. Now I take my little tool when I get everything in there, I hold the center, and then I just kind of pull up on that bow to make it fluffy. Kind of pull up and push on the ends, and see, that makes that bow nice and fluffy, just like that. Alright, now the bow is going to go right up here, but we're going to hold off on putting that down for just a second. What we're going to do now is we're going to put our little rabbit on here, and we're going to put that right there, and I'm going to put this up on Pop Dots too, because I want this to stand up on my little box. And you can get 2 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock, so that's good. You can make plenty of them and not have to worry about using up a lot of cardstock. And then we're going to glue these little feet down right there, And right there. And don't worry about them hanging off. Let them hang off some, because you know rabbits have big feet. So we want those rabbits to have big feet. Okay. There's one right there, one right there. Something like that. And then this is going to be his little puffy tail. And we're going to put this right up here. Now underneath the edge of that, I'm going to put just a half of a glue dot. Right up under there, just so that it will be the same height as this. And now I'll show you what we're going to do to the little tail. Okay, so I have a cotton ball here, and I've just pulled a little bit of it apart. I'm going to make it kind of fluffy. Let's see, this piece looks better. Make it kind of fluffy, and then I just go around and kind of pull off those little extra pieces around through there. And you're going to put lots of glue right in the center of this. I think I'm going to have him a little bit smaller. And then I just took that little cotton ball, piece of that cotton ball right there, and press it down. Let parts of it stick out if it will. That just makes it more interesting. So we've got this little tail on there, and now we just need to put the bow on, and we're going to put the bow right there. So I'm just going to glue that down right there. Now if you're making this for a little boy, you could do all blue. So you could make your little bunny blue, the box blue, all that kind of stuff. But this one's going to be for a little girl. So I usually make some of both. I make some that are blue and some that are pink. You could also color this cotton if you want, but I think the cotton looks good, just the white. But isn't that cute? See? And it's simple, and it holds lots of little candies and goodies in there. We usually put some little pencils in there and a few pieces of candy and maybe a little notepad, that kind of thing in them, and give them to our grandchildren's class at Easter. Alright guys, that is it. This template will be up. It will be linked below. So all you'll have to do is go down and click on that link. You'll have to go to my blog and then go click on that link, and it'll pull up this template. I will have all the measurements on my blog as well as these links. And we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.